Most physios aren't able to make good money and live the life they want because they have an issue they're not even aware of. It's got nothing to do with business and everything to do with their identity. They're so obsessed with being a good person that they'd rather burn themselves out, earn bad money, and drop out of the profession after 10 years than just admitting to themselves that there's probably a different way of thinking about what a good person really is. So on this video, I'm going to show you the 3 top statements this usually shows up as, and I know it's going to piss many of you guys off, so feel free to roast me in the comments. The first statement is, I don't do it for the money, I just do it to help people. This is a virtue signaling statement most physios use to win status amongst their friends, their peers, and the people they treat. They believe that to be a good person means they don't take money or to price themselves lower than everybody else. But let me break this statement down. When you make this statement, by default, you claim that people who make more money than you are lesser beings than you. You claim that these people are not as good as you because maybe they charge a little bit higher. Secondly, you create a very, very false comparison that those who make money are by nature not good people. So let's use someone like Daniel Priestley, a successful Australian entrepreneur who's made millions of dollars in the global stage. He openly shares his frameworks on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. He also gives away his ebooks for free and he hosts monthly free seminars that are designed to give value to his audience. He receives 500 to 1,000 leads per week who have all consumed his content, which means they found benefit from it and they want to pay him to work with him more. If you look at his business scale, he's probably helped hundreds of thousands of people all around the entire world because he's able to make money and use that money and invest that time to create more free content to help people who will never ever pay him a single dollar. And the part that most people miss is he spent 2 decades accumulating this level of experience that he now shares openly for free. He doesn't need to share any of this. In fact, many businesses and high performance, they share so much free content to so many people all around the world that only a fraction of these people will ever pay them a single dollar. See, when I speak to physios who want to earn more, they're not spending their weekends creating content, nor are they spending their after hours thinking of new ways to add value for potentially $0 in return. And if you're a physio watching this video and you would rather relax after work, or you'd rather just chill out, or you'd rather go watch a movie, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're not as giving and virtuous as you think. The second statement that I hear a lot is, I didn't get into this job to be a salesperson. Like, guys, wake up. You're selling a health program. You're selling a rehab program. You're selling a treatment pathway. You're selling the patient on investing their time, their money, their energy on their own health. If there's something that you should sell, that everybody should sell, it's the ability to look after their own health. But the problem is most physios don't even realize that's not actually what they're saying. What they're saying is, I'm not willing to risk how people see me. I'm not willing to risk my reputation as a good person, even if it means allowing a patient to walk away from a treatment because you don't want to be pushy. Time and time again, I will speak with physios who will default to, well, I told them about it, but if they didn't want to rebook, then that's on them. But did you? Because whenever I ask what's been said, what they really say is, oh, okay, see how you go and come back if you need it. Guys, most patients don't even know the difference between a fibula and a tibia, let alone whether they'll need a treatment in 3 days versus a week. That doesn't count as trying. Did you educate them on the risk? Did you tell them that this injury could get worse? Did you tell them that their range of motion could decrease forever because they don't rehabilitate their fracture properly? And the last reason, which is the most important reason of all, is even they don't want to admit that they themselves want to be paid more. They want to make more money. Most burnout studies all cite low financial compensation as one of the top 3 reasons why physios will drop out in the first 10 years. And these are studies where they're asking physios who've left. It's not like they're lying. Well, guys, the first step to getting paid more is to admit that you want to get paid more. But that sucks. It's hard for you because you feel like if you ask for that, then somehow you're a bad person. Because the arrogance of most physios is thinking that just because somebody gets paid more automatically means that these people are bad people. Again, let me break down this statement and show you how stupid this is. So let's just say you're a nice guy physio, right? You're a nice guy physio, and you charge everyone at 100, and then you have evil physio with the horns, and he charges everyone at 150. That's a $50 difference. Now you both have 10 patients each, okay? You got 10 patients each. Do you think that the 10 people who see this $150 physio, that they're stupid, that they're naive and they're just blindly giving their money away to someone when they could just have it for $50 cheaper? The question you should be asking is why these patients are happy to do that if they're rational and smart human beings. Why are they willing to pay someone $50 more as opposed to yourself at $100? Because if you don't ask this question, then you're assuming that they're dumb, they're being lied to, that they can't make good decisions for themselves, which means that you think you're smarter than people who you don't even know, which is pretty arrogant to me. And the answer to why somebody would pay $150 instead of $100 is because they get what they want from the more expensive physio, especially if they're repeating customers. And by extension, that means this physio here is giving some sort of value that this physio or you are not. So many physios like to point a finger at the ones who are pricing more and say, well, let's talk shit about them because it makes us feel good about ourselves. Because those who price high have to be lying, they have to be scamming people. But the truth is, those who price high and do it successfully have to consistently invest so much more time, so much more money, and so much more effort and energy in order to justify that price point. Another reason why this doesn't make any sense is because by default, if somebody prices higher than you is a worse person, then does that mean if I then create a business and start charging 80, that I'm a better person than you? Should we all just become monks and create a temple where people get treated for free and we can just live off donations? And the last thing is, in your attempts to be selfless and virtuous, what you're actually doing is undervaluing the entire industry as a whole. If you price yourself at $90 for 30 minutes and everybody else is at $120 for 30 minutes, what you're sending as a message to the market is that physiotherapy is a cheap service. You're saying that a tertiary qualified profession can be cheap. And by doing that, you actually make it worse for everybody else because now they all think that, well, physio can be $90. Why would I want to pay more for something that is actually worth more? And to make matters worse, when you price low like this, the only way most clinics are able to stay profitable is by cutting treatment times down to 20 minutes or by running group classes so quality goes down. Or you will just have physios who are running a factory doing 20-minute back-to-back appointments and they become burnt out after 2 months. So to recap, most physios who stay poor, or most physios in general, what their problem is identity. Okay? Most physios have an identity problem. They're so attached to what they believe is a good person, they're not willing to even be open to the idea that there is another way to give great care that earns them good money and is a genuine service to society. And the sooner you realize that being a good person does not mean you have to do things for free, you have to do things for cheap, and you can charge what you're worth and you can sell what you believe in, the more your career will start giving you the life that you want. Because otherwise, you'll just be another physio who drops out after 10 years whinging that there's no money in physio, and if you want to make money, then you have to be a bad person. And I don't want that for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.